Alright guys, we're gonna go work on the Rabbit's engines for a little bit. We got a couple hours before the Formula D Top 16 live stream for St. Louis that I really gotta watch. We gotta make a stop at Harbor Freight, get in the Fiesta ST. Let's go do this. So if you're curious about this shirt by chance, which I'm sure you're probably not, but I'm gonna tell you anyway, Flying Pie is a local Idaho pizza place. I broke the diet so that I could eat the hottest pizza in the world. I ate it with Garrett, who had the Turbo Miata who has that turbo white Miata that's now getting an LS1. Some other people, and Ross tried it too. It's a debut video for a second channel I started called Cursed Adventures. If you guys would please go subscribe to that channel, watch me and Ross and Garrett and a couple other people suffer at the hands of the hottest pizza on the planet. Let's go to Harbor Freight. All right, Brock is here. We are going to, first of all, take these rods off these pistons. These are really rusty, so I'm going to try and clean them. I have 4 more rods. What I really need from this set is the caps, because I don't know where the caps went for mine. But we're going to take those off, put the pistons on the rods, assess how much time we've got, and see if we can't start plopping them back into the engine block. So I have to double check this, because I'm not 1000% sure anymore. I'm pretty positive that the Audi and 2-liter side is the side that the relief is cut out for the valves. I don't know if there's any way to reference that even, but that would be very bad to get that backwards. If someone just had an answer, they could tell me the intake exhaust side. We could just look at the head and I could tell you right away which side it needs to be on. But that's not our problem right now. It will be soon. I had to take the compression rings off the piston because I hadn't installed the spacer or the oil scraper rings yet, so I'm gonna have to do that on all 4 of the new pistons. But right now I'm just gonna worry about getting the old pistons off, which given that these pistons are junk and these rods are really dirty, I'm not super concerned about wearing gloves and keeping things tidy. Shout out to the dude that sold me these pistons and told me they were good and they were garbage, so I spent $500 on forged ones. Thanks, guy. I'm just gonna get rid of these wrist pins now. Those are recyclable, right?
I mean, they're metal.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'd assume they would be. That hit the back wall.
It's a dangerous operation.
Maybe some safety glasses are required.
Hand over it. Ah.
Scared now.
Catch one in the eye. That's probably the best way to go about that.
I gotta protect my eyes and look through the camera.
Alright, we're gonna take these caps off. These ones are fine actually, but sometimes they're kind of a pain to get off. I'm just at one of those points where I'm like, why didn't I just buy forged rods? You know, because like these faces are really rusty. Maybe this purchase was entirely useless. Let's go look in my box at my rods, see if we can find these tabs. So I marked on the bags with the end caps what one went with what rod, but wherever I marked the rods is gone now. So now I'm just kind of playing the Cinderella game, hoping I find the ones that line up with each other okay. The caps are marked.
Huh.
Like, from the factory, they have.
Yeah. Oh, with the little stamp?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at that.
Do the rods have something then?
Maybe.
Okay, so we managed to match up all the scoring lines, so I'm pretty confident to say that we have them all on the rods they came off of. Here's the thing, Max Peating Rods makes forged rods for this engine, and they're not that expensive This is the weird part though, in that it's a 9A16 valve, and we've run into the issue before where everything is weird about this engine. Nothing crosses over. Alright, so I've measured everything out, and everything is the exact same specs as a 1.8T rod, which is good to know, but also I still don't know if running forged ones, 50.6 on the crank side, which is again the same as a 1.8T. I just don't know if I'll run into a clearance issue with the wider forged rods that would require the block being ground. That's not something I want to do. And so I know they're the same as 1.8T rods now. And there's a few fairly cheap max peating rods is an option. 034 Motorsports has a set of like measured and weighed set of fours, like $400. So I don't know. Part of me still thinks there wouldn't be a single issue if I just ran these rods, but the other part of me doesn't want these used rods to be the failure point that causes me to lose, you know, one of my pistons or smash up some valves or go through the block. To others, except for the oil squirters, which we discovered too little too late. But once again, shout out to Joseph Bruckner for sending those from Germany. ECS Tuning also has forged rods. They're like $450. I don't know. I want to drive this car and I want to get it done, but I've spent this much on the engine. I spent $550 on the pistons. It almost seems stupid to not buy forged rods, even though it's not going to get boosted. It's 11-to-1 compression, but that's a decision I need to make before I go about putting the pistons on the rods. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to clean these up. We'll finish this video by putting the oil scraping rail rings on all the pistons. The issue is that I don't have money for it. You guys already know the whole 911 thing. This guy was like, oh, complains in one video about not having money, the next video talks about buying a 911. The 911 would essentially have no money coming out of my pocket in any sort of immediate future because the Fiesta would be traded towards it. I'm in a good position with the Fiesta where I've paid it down enough that I have a couple grand in equity if I find the right buyer. So effectively I'd need to sell the Fiesta, and then, so yes, I guess that couple $1,000s would be a down payment coming out of my pocket if you want to get technical. The point is, you guys know I'm quitting my job. I'm saving as much money as I possibly can just in case I need to float on it for a little bit. So I guess I'll post this video tomorrow, and if you guys would like to assist in buying a set of forged rods for this, you know where the t-shirts are. You go buy a shirt, you can buy a sticker. Brock, you need to make some stickers, by the way. Yeah, you can see how well lined up it is.
That's good.
I'm pretty positive those are the right ones, because like even right there, the like little bit of heat scoring in there, that all lines up. But also another reason to not use these. But I digress. I will if I have to. They're old. They're tired. These bushings, I'm sure, are fine. Like obviously I got new bearings for the crank to connecting rod, but everything else is just kind of old and tired, and I don't know if it's a good idea to run these old rods when everything else about the engine was pretty much brand new. We'll see if I can get a close-up. So this is the oil rail or oil scraper assembly. The wavy little thing in there is the spacer, and the two rings you have to put on separately are the oil rails or oil rings. I don't know if you can even get close enough to focus on, but you can see the ends of the rings are where they're supposed to be. I don't know, guys, I'm still kind of undecided. I honestly don't think we're gonna run into a big issue if I do run these rods. Like I said, I dropped one of those caps twice, but I can't even tell which one it was anymore. I thought it was like scuffed up, but there was just probably concrete from the floor on there. It just rubbed off. It's just so expensive, but on the other hand, so is the rest of it. So, and I mean, if I had the money to throw around, I'd just be like, yeah, whatever, dude, it's $400. But I don't. I just spent a lot of money I don't even have on the Volvo. After me telling you I don't have money for it, I spent some money that I wasn't supposed to spend so that I can get the engine and trans back in the Volvo, because we have to be out of the shop anyway, so that needs to be done. I don't want to move a bunch of parts all over the place and try and keep track of everything. I just want to put the car back together and have it all one piece. At any rate, don't forget to follow me on Instagram, add me on Snapchat at BigB1011. Go follow Brock's Instagram, even though you haven't posted anything on it. God.
Yeah, well, there's nothing to really post about.
You got new tires.
Yeah.
Some SIG Dougies.
Did some 3D printing, I guess.
Oh yeah, that's true. Show us that.
The old boost gauge mount that
Yeah.
I whipped up real quick and oh,
The keys
locked.
inside.
Yeah.
Perfect. Here, we'll just peek through the window.
Yeah.
He 3D printed this mount so his boost gauge can use the screw from the speakers, and now it's... I was gonna try and move it, but there's a windshield there.
Yeah. I forgot about the whole don't touch Volvo plastic thing.
Yeah, he broke the rule.
The original mount was one of the little speaker grill mounts. I screwed it in, and then
You just give it a little touch.
Yeah, it just
Oh.
snapped out. So I was like, well, I guess I'll just mount it to the speaker mount, I suppose.
You should sell those. Boost gauge mount, so you can just put on any screw.
Yeah, I could probably do a better job designing it. I just whipped something up real quick.
Yeah. All right. Well, follow me on Instagram. Add me on Snapchat. Follow Brock's Instagram. What is it? Bomber Brick.
Yeah, bomber brick.
Speaking of bomber, there's a B-17 and a B-25 flying around right now.
Oh, really?
They're out in Caldwell. I might go check that out tomorrow if you want to come. But if you want to see a picture of your car featured at the end of one of these videos, send me an email with a picture of your car to curseforeverhelp@gmail.com. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.